So Ed, you are a soldier first and an actor second, and you were able to combine both of your skills in filming the Green Zone, a film in which you basically kind of played yourself.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Green Zone is that when Paul Greengrass, the director, was interested in casting for this film, he wanted to tap into the reservoir of returning soldiers that had these experiences to share. And Paul Greengrass, being the director that he is, found a way to mesh all of that together in this film. So we hope it works.
It's a film about Matt Damon's character going to Iraq to try to find WMDs, weapons of mass destruction, and your team, Delta Team, assisting him.
That's correct. The Met Delta Team is, again, an amalgamation of actual events that happened in the early days of the Iraq War, and Matt Damon's character is based on an actual individual named Richard Monty Gonzalez, who was sent to Iraq to look for these weapons of mass destruction. But it's important also that this film isn't really about the hunt for weapons of mass destruction. That's a component of it, but it's a thriller based in the early and incredibly chaotic days of the Iraq War. And so fans of the Bourne films, what they've come to expect, could most certainly expect that this would be an action-packed movie, and it should be something enjoyable.
I've got to imagine that using guys like you to play soldiers, all but one of the soldiers really, truly are ex-military, adds a degree of realism to the film.
It does. In fact, it's interesting because the one real, other than Matt Damon, the only other actor other than Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear was a fellow by the name of Nicoy Banks, who had done many other films. In fact, he has a film coming out called Brooklyn's Finest on March 5th. Was that relationship between the supporting cast and the star. And Matt even said it himself, that it was a bit humbling at times to be sort of taking orders from these guys and learning the role.
What was it like reliving, albeit on location in Morocco and in Spain, your experiences in Iraq?
It was interesting, especially in Morocco. We shot in Spain, Morocco, and in London for a period of time. And so outside of being, for all intents and purposes, an actor with no experience, it was sort of Pavlovian in the fact that Paul was very, very good at knowing how to extract at the right time with the certain conditions that he would create, how to basically tap into the reservoir of what we had and why he brought us on in the first place. It took its toll, though, because constantly, scene after scene, going through that, the sights, the smells, very real.
So you were basically back in the zone while shooting the Green Zone?
In many ways, especially again in Morocco. But hopefully this will all translate into realism and hopefully a cinematic and, above all, entertainment experience. Because again, the Matt Damon, Paul Greengrass analyzation of the asymmetry of warfare, it's what they do best, and they're pretty good at it.
So do you have the bug now? You want to act on a regular basis?
You know, it's been interesting. It's not as good as it's cracked up to be. It requires a lot of planning and skill and acceptance of things that are sometimes not in your control. And so I don't know. If the opportunity came about again, I would have to evaluate it. But right now I'm pretty happy with just getting ready for this premiere tomorrow night and finally getting ready to see the film. It's been 2 years. So.